is that person, that a client of mine that we talked about that had a very significant release emotionally and physically during the last session. I'm going to see her this weekend, and I was wondering if, and we talked about doing a soothing
Yes,
session
she
following
released
it.
a bunch of trauma, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of oil and protocol, do you mind giving me a list so that I can just like,
So soothing could be something like tarragon or marjoram, but one of the things that I like to do with like soothing, because you're trying, like the person has like shifted and you're wanting her to like be able to, or whoever, to like hold that space of the transition, the transition from where they were before to now. And tuberose works really well for that. If
okay.
you don't have tuberose, something like even like aloes or poplar or something like that,
Mhm,
something a little heady, but
mhm.
um, it's not going to cause like some big dramatic shift. And
Okay.
and so tarragon or benzoin, marjoram, even rose in that genre, but then the tuberose or the ginger lily or osmanthus, aloes, something like that, just to help her maintain that new space. Because that's the thing, is sometimes you make the shift, but the new space is a little uncomfortable. So you're like, I'm gonna go back. You know what I mean? You
Right.
want to be able to like linger in this new spot, this new phase. Yeah. And
Okay.
then energetically, things that are anti-inflammatory, like, so a lot of green, blue, violet, like get green, blue, violet into the solar plexus, into the throat, into the ajna, and some of the organs, into the arms and legs, stuff like that. You know, green and violet into the back heart, just things that are very soothing.
Oh, sorry, Greg, I was muting. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mhm. Yeah, and then if something comes up, let me know, and I'll be glad to talk you through it.
Thank you. I think, like we discussed, she still has a lot of trauma that's stuck
Yeah,
there, but
yeah, yeah,
kind of on and off, like
yeah,
go at it and then soothe and then go at
yeah.
it.
Like have a release and then let it stabilize. Like think of it as like meditation. You expand and then you kind of come back into your body and you stabilize it. And then after a little bit of time, you're like, I can do that again. And then she can expand. And the thing too is if you do that, like that kind of cycle a couple of times, when she goes to that place to access the trauma and release the trauma, if she's had the experience of like, okay, after I release this, then I don't feel like I'm in chaos. I come back to this place that's like stable and soothing and normalizing. It makes it easier to go to that place of releasing the trauma later. Like, so after a
Mhm.
couple of cycles, you'll probably find that you'll even go deeper into the releases because you've established a pattern. Like, okay, after you release, you come back to this nice, soothing, stable place and you get your feet under you. And I kind of was always of the mindset when I was doing sessions all the time that with that, I'm not the one that dictates the pace, like the person dictates the pace. So if
Oh, you're
it's,
absolutely right. She comes
yeah,
and like, I'm ready to let this go.
yeah, like she'll tell you when she's ready and she'll tell
Yeah.
you when like, I need a little break. Like I just need a little. And so, I would get to where I would even ask some of my clients, like, okay, we going deep or we are doing maintenance or maintaining everything. And after you've had the talk with them a couple of times, they know like I just need balance and soothing. Like, and so that's what I would do. And then there'd be times where they're like, let's rip that thing out. Let's stick a dynamite in there and just blow it out of me. And
Yeah.
so, when they're ready for that, then let's go.
Yes. Thank you so much. And she
You're-
shared recently that her production at work was really good, and her trainers are noticing her improvement. So it's also affecting her prosperity.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like a lot of times, if you diminish like stress and trauma in somebody in the workplace, their performance almost always goes up. Almost
Yeah.
always.
It's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Greg.
It shows you how much stress and trauma really affect our mental processes and our production and our ability to focus and get things done. Going back to me, when I had such a hard time, I was like super stressed out. I was, living with a bunch of trauma that I didn't know how to process or let go, and couldn't get a thing done. Not a thing,
Absolutely.
you know? Yeah.
I speak from experience too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good, good.